someone who was actually just recently in West Virginia, Van Jones, over the weekend for his show, The Van Jones Show, talking about people at the ground level on this issue in this country. Listening to the president and also just coupling that with your own knowledge of this crisis and then the folks you talked to over the weekend. What are you thinking now?
Well, I'm glad that somebody's trying to do something. I was just in West Virginia. I took a delegation from South Central Los Angeles battling addiction in South Central to West Virginia to help the people who are battling addiction there. And it was the most beautiful exchange I've ever seen. African Americans, white, Latino, all that stuff goes out the window when you're dealing with these kind of funerals. I like what the president said about helping to hire people, giving people second chances. I like what he said about being tough on the pharmaceutical stuff. I really like the fact that the First Lady gave a shout out to Lily's Place, where they're helping these drug addicted babies.
In Huntington.
Oh yeah, these drug addicted babies are being helped at Lily's Place. I like that. I'm going to tell you one thing. I met with sheriffs, I met with pastors, nobody on the ground is saying what we really need is the death penalty for drug dealers. What we really need is tougher, harsher sentences. What we really need is more mandatory minimums. I don't know where he's getting that stuff. That is 180 degrees from what the people on the ground are saying. They're saying people need more help, more compassion, more education. Sometimes they say they need more, better Bible studies. That would be higher on the list than death penalty for drug dealers. And that's the kind of stuff that becomes a poison pill for people who are on the ground and know what's going on, and people who understand the drug war is a failure, and it's going to stop us from working together. If he would take that crap out and focus on what the people on the front lines need, they need more beds, they need more help, they need more hope, they need more jobs. Like I said, they need more Bible study. All that's on the list. This death penalty thing is a complete non-starter, and it's divisive and it's stupid, and I think it's an offense to the people who are really trying to solve this problem.
Do you think that is part of the issue why some Democrats are hesitant on jumping on board? Because I'm with you on all of the points, you rattled off the top, which would make sense for anyone, the positives, which would make sense for anyone to get behind and support.
Yes. Well, and that's the thing, is that funerals for people of all races, political affiliations, every region, funerals, that's common ground. We had 47,000 people die of opioid overdoses just last year. And we talk about the opioid problem, but there's also meth, there's narcotics. We have an addiction crisis throughout the country, and it hits people of all races and all classes.
Your friend Prince?
My friend Prince died of an opioid overdose, and that's part of the reason why I'm so passionate about this. And I've been able to reach across the aisle, work with Newt Gingrich and others trying to get something done. I think we need to really come together. But when you have ideas and he's bragging on countries that are killing people, like the people in the Philippines are just shooting drug dealers in the streets, he thinks that's a good way for America. That's not a good way for America. Nobody is expecting for that to work. The other thing too is, when you look at how the death penalty gets applied, these super enhanced penalties get applied, they don't get applied to the big drug kingpins that got a gazillion lawyers. They get applied to little people who got caught up. And it's just not the right way to go. I applaud the positive parts, but take the nonsense out.
On the death penalty bit, and I can't imagine anyone in the administration is saying, hey, go pull a Duterte, by murdering these dealers. But who's telling him that the death penalty is a good idea?
I don't know. I don't know. I've talked to people at the White House. There are a lot of good ideas over there. There's some good people over there who are working hard, but there's some other force that always, whenever something positive starts happening, this other weird stuff gets creeping in there. Here's what I would say, is simply this. When you have 47,000 Americans die of something, if ISIS had killed 47,000 Americans, the entire country would stop what we were doing. We get this thing fixed tomorrow. If this can be a step in that direction, that's great. But leave out the ideas that nobody's calling for that. You might find some sheriff or somebody to stand with the president and say it, but I was just there. I've never seen so much pain and heartbreak and so much need for help and hope as I saw in West Virginia, and good people. Not one of them said the death penalty one time.
Lived and worked in West Virginia for 3 years. I covered a lot of that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I look forward to seeing those discussions, and the folks from LA coming into West Virginia will watch, of course, your show this weekend. Van Jones, thank you.
Thank you.